Hello and welcome to Sim.bc. I am starving, I am exhausted, and I am psyched. Today was first day of school and it was interesting. I tried to take some shots of it because I wanted to upload it to the vlog. So I'm trying a new thing. I've added it in the end of the video, so if you're interested, you can see that. And if someone is watching this in the future and want to see more of that kind of stuff, that sort of video, then let me know. Now, I'm actually at the moment being on a pretty tight time schedule because this is the first time I have to make a video when my friend is out and coming back in a certain amount of time. Well, maybe not the first time, but the first time when it really matters. So I only have time to record now for about 10 to 15 minutes because after that he will be arriving here with the pizza, which will be awkward if I'm just sitting here talking to myself. So let's get this over with. It was just a name tag, by the way, that I had. So now let's talk about the thing that I wanted to talk about today: making a financial plan. And I have already talked about my financial plan, not the financial plan really, but what my prospects of how I was going to charge people looked like, what it looked like, and how I put it up. But some key things to keep in mind while doing a financial plan. Oh my God, my speech is all over the place after this day. I've been just talking and talking and talking, and throat kind of hurts still. So yeah, all good. Now, but back to the thing. Things to mention, like key things, is ask why money is important to you, and guess where you want to go. So basically, that is meaning what you want to prioritize. Do you want to prioritize your production? Do you want to prioritize your looks? Do you want to prioritize your marketing? Where does the money give you the greatest value? Now, this isn't something that is really easy to do because if you're in a production company, you might want to do something to your prototype, or you want to invest something in R&D, research and development, for those of you who don't know. Or you might want to invest in marketing in order to spread this new prototype or spread the existing product already. And it's very important to keep in mind the BCG matrix, which is basically which is basically how much you will earn. Like what are your earners? What's the risky things? What's the things that are on the rise? What are the things that are not that profitable? And what are your cash cows? What are the things that really bring home all the money? So ask why money is important to you, and what will be the most important investment for you. So where will you put your money? It's really important sorry, that you have this down, because if you don't and you just try to save money or spend them in a manner that you don't understand why really, or you don't understand what the value is behind it, then your business will it can pretty quickly go south. Now, the other thing to mention is know your starting point. And your starting point is basically, when am I starting? So, for instance, as a consultant firm, it's kind of easy for me, I think, so far. Might be super hard, and I just haven't seen all the problems yet. But where am I starting? I'm starting with no investment, because I have found a website that is free. I have found a way to marketing that is free. Might even yield some cash, but that is not why I'm doing it. And I have my meetings, which don't cost me anything, at least not thus far. Might come up that I need some equipment when I'm out, and I will have to invest in that. But so far, there's nothing that I actually need. So what is your starting point when you start to do it? Let's take, for instance, the productions company again. If you are in a production company, you might want to invest something, like the initial investment, the barrier of entry to the market. What do you need to spend? And that's a really important thing to get down with as well. Not only do you need to know where the value is in your money, like where does your money yield value. You also need to know what kind of base value do I need to have before I even enter the market. And that's really hard in some cases to understand if you lack the insight in the market. The third thing is think of budgeting as a tool of awareness. So basically, you are aware of how much money you need to spend. So if you don't get that amount of money, what will you do? If you get over that amount of money, what will you do? For instance, if you are in a production company, yet again, let's just run with that. Let's just run with that production company. If you're in a production company and you get less money, then perhaps you need to cut some R&D costs, or you need to cut some marketing costs. But you can't cut your production costs because that's where your income is based on. Dependent on it, you can implement lean thinking, maybe try to save some money in the production line. But if you could do that now, then why haven't you done it before? Maybe you haven't had an incentive to, now you do. If you earn more money, maybe you should invest more in your current product, or put it in research and development, or put it in marketing. But the important thing is that you know before it happens where you want to put it. And it's hard to do that in the start because there's so many things you want to do, and every employee, if you have any, are doing so many different things because they're all doing all the things, because no one has like a designed or designated place that they really want to go at, or that they need to be at, because the competence is needed everywhere. So it's hard, but at least you should try to have a plan beforehand. What am I going to do with excess money? What am I going to do if I have a shortage of money? What will I pull in? What will I pull out? What will I do? Will I put more money in? It's important to have the budget as a kind of key feature of awareness to know where you're at and how you're doing. Save as much as you reasonably can. Yet again, for a startup, if you have if you have a lot of money, for instance, you have a quarter where you gain lots of money. You gain more, or you gain more than you expected. Now, what will you do with this money? Yet again, going back to the awareness part. Now you have an excess supply. Like you have an excess supply. What will you do with this excess supply? Another thing is, remember that paying off debt can be a great investment. And this is something most people don't really get. They don't really understand it. And I understand why, because it's hard to get your head around it if you don't study in like economics or management or business or whatever. But paying off a debt is like investing money in the company, because these are money that you are not liable to anymore. These are loans that you don't have to pay anymore. So for instance, let's say that you own a house, to make it simple, and the house is your business, and you have gotten a loan on the house from the bank. Now, you pay $10,000 every month on this house, and you have maybe $20,000 as an income, just to make it easy. If you pay $10,000 each and every month, it will diminish over time, sure, but let's say roughly, it will be $10,000 every month for the next 10 years. And then you win at the lottery. You can choose to invest this money to pay off the loan. Let's say you win equally as much money as your loan is worth at the time, and you spend all the money in the loan. Now you don't have a loan anymore. That means that your income, the amount of income you can use, is now $10,000 more every month, even though you just wasted, or rather invested, this huge pile of money that you got from the lottery. Or if you do a really good quarter or something, or a really good year, or you do your IPO, whatever floats your boat, whatever fits you. But maybe the most important of all is behave for a really long time. And this might sound weird, but really behave, because you have a company, you have a plan, the plan is set, and it's really easy to mathematically watch a plan or just view it and say that this works, this will work. The figures that we sell support it. The R&D that goes out support it. The marketing that brings in customers that then buy from us supports it. But it's really hard sometimes before it all kicks off, which will usually take a while. Like for me, for instance, I'm not thinking this will yield anything until like 2018, late 2018, early 2019, something like that. But behave, because it's really easy to lose your mind mentally, even though the math checks out. So for instance, I have 0 on all my accounts because I have no clients yet. That is mentally something that I'm struggling with, but it's mathematically not because I'm not losing money. I'm just not gaining any. And maybe you want to gain money, but you don't gain them as fast as you want. Now, some of these points that I have mentioned are from Forbes, and I will leave a link as usual in the description. And I accessed this information on the 6th. Let's double check that. Yes, the 6th of September 2017. And just keep in mind, in the end of this will be a short preview of a thing that I'm trying out. You know, when the subscriber next video comes out. But until next time, guys, I feel pretty happy about this. See, it is 5:51. Yay, the new school! Woo!